Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I just want to talk about my new goal for my health and my fitness, and why you should aim to have a similar goal, and why you should, put this as your top priority. And the goal I want to talk about comes from this book, The Mucusless Diet. The other book I was reading recently, Fit for Life, and these books really inspired me to fundamentally change the way I eat and fundamentally change the way I approach eating, because for the longest time I thought it didn't matter what I put in my body as long as I got calories in, calories out, as long as I got the right amount of protein, as long as, I'm looking better over time in the mirror. And I fundamentally changed this mindset, because what I realize now is the way I was eating food, the foods I was consuming, it was actively poisoning me. It was actively making me lose my hair at a young age, and my body had been storing toxins, my organs had been overworked, and the plumbing in my body, which is like, your liver, your kidneys, your heart, even to a certain extent, like the things pushing these toxins into my body, they were overworked, and they couldn't, I was putting toxins in my body at a place, at a rate that my body couldn't get them out, and because of this, I've had adverse health issues. I've had, my hairline, my stomach is a little messed up, and like, for the longest time I couldn't figure out what it was, and it was like, I was so dumb. I thought I was just subject to living a certain lifestyle. I thought I was, somebody that was gonna forever have stomach issues, forever, have nausea, this, that. But it's like, if you just change the way you eat, if you just focus on eating foods that are less acidic, if you focus on eating more fruits, more vegetables, and, not really combining different kinds of foods in meals, like, that is the path to a better lifestyle. That is the path to better health. And a few things I want to share with you guys, like, what I do currently is I eat only fruit until noon. Afternoon, I'll have, a little bit of beans and rice, maybe some vegetables. A few hours later, I'll start eating some more fruit, and then before I go to bed, I'll eat, a pound of ground beef, a pound of ground bison, a pound of ground lamb, whatever kind of ground meat it is, I'm going to eat that with some vegetables, go to bed, do it all the same the next day. And just doing this for a week, like, I really feel so much better. I feel, tremendously better. And this might change. This is why I'm not going to give you a set thing to do. Like, I might find out that I don't want to put meat into my body. I don't want to, consume animal products. Like, there's a million things that might change, so I don't want you to stick to one thing, but I just want you to understand, like, you need to make your meals much more simpler. You need to understand that the more different kinds of foods that you're putting in your stomach, the harder it is going to be for your stomach to digest it. And if your stomach can't digest it, your stomach is going to store it as waste in your fat cells. Your stomach is going to store it in weird ways. That's why you get gyno, that's why you lose your hair, that's why you get fatty stomach, that's why you have all of these adverse health issues, because you're storing food waste in a way that your body can't use it. And when we understand this, we understand that a lot of the issues that we're having with our bodies, because our plumbing system is basically overworked, and there's just shit everywhere. There's like literal shit everywhere, and we need to understand that when our body's storing it in this way, it's not gonna work in the best way. Like, you may look tremendous, you might have a six-pack, you may be in the best shape of your life, but you may not feel great, and it's because of this. It's because in some regard you're unhealthy, because your organs aren't working in the way that they should. And it's not so much about looking great now, it's about looking great for the next 40 years, for the next 50 years. It's about being that 70-year-old that's still in the gym, that's still going because of the way he chose to live his life. And I think this is so much more important than, stepping on a stage, injecting yourself with steroids, injecting yourself with poisons, and like, looking good for a few years, having your poster in Gold's Gym. Like, I think it's way more important to have the longevity. I think it's way more important to be able to, play basketball with your grandkids, or play soccer with your grandkids, or whatever sport you want to play. Like, it's way more important to be able to do these things into old age than it is to look great on a stage. And this is what we need to understand, because every day we are actively poisoning ourselves with the hormones in the food, with the microplastics, with all of the other toxic waste. And we need to be much more conscious of, we need to start avoiding these toxins. We need to start getting these toxins out of our body. We need to understand that the more toxins we put on our body, the harder it is for us to feel great about ourselves. The harder it is for us to, eat food and not have that food coma. And it's really a new form of health that I'm pursuing right now, and I cannot wait to share the benefits and the results, and hopefully my hair goes back so you guys even believe me even more. But that's a whole nother issue. But thank you so much for making it this far. I will catch you in the next one. Peace out, guys.